Welcome back, everybody. Bitcoin is down a whopping 7,000 bucks today, and it just does not look good. Want to say hello. I know it's been a couple days since our last stream. We had talked about momentum and all that stuff, and oh boy, momentum did not fail us. We're breaking down, and our next level of support is $70,854. And if we break down below that, we're going down towards $57,000, which is not the thing we want to. That's not what we want to see right now. I will tell you, and I will show you in the next few minutes, if you guys use my trading strategy, you caught this trade, you made money off this trade. So even though all of our long-term holdings and our altcoins are dumping right now, you still had a good chunk of cash to walk away with today, which is good. So, hey Ram, hey Karik, happy to see both of you guys here today. Loki can say hello as I'm jamming to my old black music that my friend got me into. Hey, where's Loki at? Where's Loki? Oh, he has to get a tour because he's so nervous. But yeah, guys, it's just not a pleasant day. I'll straight up tell you that right now. I woke up this morning after spending a long night at the bars with friends saying, how do you do? Catching up with a bunch of old friends. I wake up and I'm just like, well, there we go. I mean, there we go, right? So here's Loki if he wants to say hello. Oh, there he is. Can I take the ball? No, he won't let me have the ball. Come on. No. There you go. His straggly ball right here. Oh. Oh. Well, sorry, boy. It's down there. But anyway, guys, happy to see all of you guys in here. I'm gonna try to make this stream as long as possible. I got a large thermos filled with water here, so we'll see how long this lasts. But let's get started, guys. All right, so this is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. I just want to stress that we've had a really good run so far. Historically, this has been a pretty good cycle. For most of us that bought back over here in 2022, I started buying around, what, $26,000 and $22,000 and eventually doing some dollar cost averaging. I was very happy with the results I had in this market. But right now, it just seems like we're tumbling and falling, and we're starting to see a lot of those patterns that we haven't seen in ages, right? For instance, we've started to see we've started to see the MACD, the stochastic, and RSI all become bearish at the same time. Usually when the MACD starts to turn bearish, not always, but usually we start to have some bad times. You can see historically, MACD going red is bad, MACD going red is bad. Over here, we had a little bit more chop there. You see, COVID, it was kind of something weird was happening over here. But you could say we had a red MACD then bad, but this one was an exception to the rule. Red MACD bad. Got to really stretch this out because Bitcoin has gone up really well. Red MACD bad, you know, and so forth. We've seen so many of these patterns, and it sucks, but I think what makes this a little bit easier is most of you guys have learned how to trade by now. And what we've seen over the past few weeks is us first attempting to hold, here I can actually show it to you on this chart. First attempting to hold the first Fibonacci level, which we managed to hold for maybe a couple weeks, if that. We broke down, we managed to hold this last support level from November 22nd until a couple days ago. And then from now, we're heading down to our next level of support, which if you guys can see is $70,854. That's our next big level of support if I'm going to be buying up at a strong level. A lot of people will probably be using the dip we had during the Liberation Day tariffs last year. And so you're going to be looking at that for April around $77,000, $76,000. But I think I'm going to hold off a little bit. I'm still going to do some trading, but as far as doing some buying, you know, some like heavy buying, I don't think I need to be doing it right now. And on top of it, I will say, you guys know there's a pattern here, what we do. There you go. Which one am I looking at here? Yeah, here's a 150-week moving average. When we break down below this, this is where I start to buy for long-term gains, and we're not there yet. But historically, if you buy below this, you're in a very good mood. I think for now, I don't want to be in a rush to buy this though. I don't think I want to be in a rush to buy this. Once we start going down below it, fine. You'll probably see a little bit of a bounce, you know, maybe. But for now, guys, day trading, swing trading, small swing trades are your best friend. I want to show you what I mean here. And I was going to be making a video today, but I didn't know I was going to be streaming Bitcoin collapsing right now. So we'll have to pay attention to that in a second. But we've talked about this at length. Every time I'm with you guys, I kind of give you guys an update of what's happening with the momentum and how everything's going. So right now, let me just pull this up on the side here. I'll change this up on the spot. You'll see that on the weekly charts, or the monthly charts, everything's bearish. On the weekly charts, we're bearish with as far as change of character. MACD, stochastic, RSI is very bearish right now. So everything on the weekly chart is bearish. On the daily, everything is bearish on the daily. And on the 4 hour, everything is bearish on the 4 hour. So what you guys are looking at right now is something like this. Right? All of the momentum across the board is bearish, and we haven't had this for a long time. And if you add on the monthly charts on top of all this, that's a whole nother row of bears right there. So everything is extremely bearish. So when you guys are doing your day trades and your swing trades, what are you doing? You're only doing shorts. So when I take away the MACD because I don't use it for the trading strategy, we had a sell signal that came through here last night, a more aggressive one if you want to say, right? Because we had two. So the first one was over here on Wednesday at 12 p.m., right? That's right here. You had your first shorting signal that could have made you some money. It ran down to support. You could have done a scale out level right here. You could have sold out right here, whatever. But you had an opportunity to make some money. The next one happened over here. Less reliable because it's not happening above the 50 line for the short. But again, crossover right there, crossover right here. This crossover happened at 12 a.m., which was right there. And you can see how we just continued to tumble afterwards. So very, very high risk trades. But even through that environment, ever since we started to have, move this over here a little bit. There you go. Ever since we had that first death cross here with the moving averages, or as far as the MACD, or the stochastic and the RSI, we had 12 o'clock. Every time you saw a crossover on the 15-minute chart with these, you had an opportunity to make some money, right? So all you wanted to do is have at least one of them crossing over above the 50 line because we're in the shorting mood. So we had a crossover here, crossover here. That crossover happened at 12:30. 12:30 was right here. So guess what? We ended up breaking down. You had a really good move. The stop loss, which would have been over here somewhere, that didn't get hit. The next crossover happened over here at 6:15. This one was at 6 o'clock, so we have to go to the second one. 6:15 is right here, and you can see that move that happened right there. The next bearish crossover happened at 4 p.m. This one happened at 4:15, so we have to go to 4:15. 4:15, boom, another bearish crossover right there. So everything is hitting on all cylinders as far as day trading strategies. It's actually been making some really good money. Over here, we got kind of flat, though. I believe after this, we started to see the 4-hour chart get a little bit more bullish. Not the 4-hour chart. Which one? 1-hour chart? Yeah, there you go. You see the 4-hour chart getting a little bit choppy there, which wasn't the best thing, especially because the RSI started to turn. But again, not the end of the world. Those types of trades happen. But it's been pretty good as far as making some money. And so what I'm going to do for you guys here pretty soon, I'm going to be doing it probably tomorrow, since I'm going to be streaming with you guys for a little bit. And hey, Ramsey's happy to see you. Oh, sorry, not Ramsey. I would say that. Hey, Jane, happy to see you. Hope you're doing very, very well. What I'm going to be doing for you guys here pretty soon is finishing up that tutorial for you guys. I have everything laid out over here. I got, well, let me reopen Chat GPT, and I got and then the gamma. There you go. Let's go right there. Yeah. So I'm going to do this probably later on tonight or tomorrow. Depends on what I want to do tonight. But basically, this was supposed to be my day off. It was supposed to be, but I knew I was going to do something anyway. But the multi-time frame momentum alignment trading strategy, I know it's a long name. This plus my script that I have for it here, plus the tutorial and all that other type of stuff. I have it all ready to go. I just got to take some time to do it. I got to plug in this teleprompter here pretty soon. But long story short, guys, yeah, that momentum gave you a clear signal. It's just that most, again, let me show you the 4-hour signal that really matters here. It happened at noon yesterday, the first one, right? Or Wednesday, excuse me. But the other one happened at 12 a.m. when most of us are asleep. So that's 12 a.m. Pacific time, where people are either drinking or asleep. And then the people on the East Coast, they're definitely asleep because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. So there wasn't really much of a heads up for people because it happened in the middle of the night. Everybody woke up to the nastiness, right? Everybody waking up between 4 o'clock and 8 a.m. You know, they're kind of just screwed. They didn't know what was going on, and I can't blame them. And hey, Haram, happy to see my man. Right now, you pull this out just a little bit more. Why does it always look so weird when I do this? Maybe for now, let me just... There you go. Right now, we broke through the 83,923 level of support. We had been trying to hold it for a few weeks, few months actually. But now our next level looks to be around 70,854. You are seeing a lot of people, I would say right now, also point to the fact that we are close to the support levels from April back over here. So they're kind of saying that could be a support. If you wanted to like ease into a position, I think that support level would be fine. But I'm really just going to be kind of greedy right now, and I'm just going to wait for some of these hard support levels to be hit. Traditionally, when I'm looking at this type of stuff, you know, it's the death crosses. We've talked about these death crosses a lot, right? I mean, you pull up what we had back over here during COVID. I know COVID was kind of an interesting time. Let me get rid of all that other stuff. Let's go over here to the weekly chart. Should be fine. You know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. We've had a pretty good luck so far with the Fibonacci levels this cycle. Go to the dailies. Bounced off of it once, bounced off of it once, bounced off of it a couple times, then bounced off of it, and then bounced off of it. Now, FTX kind of fucked everything up, but I mean, it was FTX. So, you know, I have maybe more faith than others in the Fibonacci's, but I love the Fibonacci's. Now, what was interesting is you could have done this a couple ways. You know, there's the log-based scale on and off. If you turn this on, you'll see that we also did bounce off of this first one. We did not bounce off the second one, but we kind of bounced off the third one a little bit. Kind of. But I like the steps when you turn it off, right? When you turn it off, I think it's much better. But you can see step, 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 step. Now we went down kind of low, but we still managed to bounce and hold and step, right? So I'm banking on the Fibonacci's to make me a lot of money this cycle. Every time we hit one, I'm gonna buy up at those levels. I will start to do more trading and day trading because I can assume that once we've hit that level the first time, not the second or third or the fourth, whatever time we're trying to test it out, the first time we try to test that out, what I'm going to do is buy. Once it stabilizes enough, I know the 4-hour chart's going to start turning, the daily chart's going to start turning, and I can start doing some buys right there. And that's why I got you guys this. I already had it on here. So I'm going to let you guys know here pretty soon what's happening as far as the bearish. So what I think I'm going to be doing here is every stream that I do in the daytime, I'm going to let you guys know. Or I may just drop this as a post on the YouTube channel. Like just say, hey, everybody, this is what you're looking at right now. Everything's pretty bearish. If you guys are doing trades, shorting is probably going to be your best money maker at this point. Probably best not to go long, right? So things like that. But we kind of had this weird cycle because of COVID. So you might have even gone back further to like way back over there, right? But even here, you know, still in the realm, you know, bounce, 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 bounce. And if you go back a little bit further, we didn't bounce off of this one. We didn't bounce off of that one. We didn't bounce off of that one. So, right. So you just go to the most recent one, even if it looks like it was caused a little bit kind of funky. So right now, let me get rid of this one. You know, right now it's pretty obvious that we only have one low and one high up here. So I'm going to do the monthly one just because I don't want to go for each individual candle. It's kind of hard when you're doing it like this. All right. So remember what we were just talking about in terms of log on versus log off? This is the other version where we're hitting the, well, let me show you this. The one I've been using on the other charts is this one. You can see how I think you guys can see the orange line. I can't see the orange line on my software that I'm giving you guys. Maybe it should be a little bit thicker. Maybe 3, there you go. But you see how we hit that one, and now we're coming down, and the next one is around here on 70,828. And you can see we bounced off there temporarily, bounced off of here, not coming back down to here. Plus, looking at a 150 weekly moving average, I believe the 200 is still a little bit further away. Yeah, so it's a little bit further away. So right now, I just anticipate we're going to keep on coming down. But if you wanted to use this, turn it back on, you know, we are hitting our first big level of support. So if you guys wanted to buy around here, you can. But like I said, I'm not buying heavy right now. If for me to get buying back heavy for like long-term type of stuff, we have to go down even further than this. We have to go down below the 150. We have to consolidate for a while, all that type of stuff. But if you're asking me about day trading and the short-term swing trades, all I need to see is a little bit more bullishness, and we're not seeing that right now. So when I go over here, you're looking at the weekly chart, we already know the momentum is pretty bad. All right, bearish, bearish, bearish. The daily chart, bearish, bearish, bearish. The stochastic is holding up a little bit, but bearish overall from the RSI. It's going to be a while before we get that going. So we have to go to the 4 hour. Well, guess what? The 4 hour is still pretty bearish right now. We're not bullish, which means I'm not really looking to do a whole bunch at this point in time. You know, so without the 4 hour, I don't feel comfortable trading on the 5 minute, excuse me, the 15-minute charts. Maybe if I want to go to the 2 hour, that's still bearish. The 1 hour is showing a little bit of grace. So maybe if you wanted to take, and I stress, higher risk day trades, that can unlock for you on the 15-minute chart, right? But you can see so far the crossovers that have been happening right here on 10:45 a.m., they really haven't amounted to anything yet. So you're holding a position longer than you want to, and you're just hoping that your stop loss, which is probably around 77,000, somewhere down here, is going to hold up. You can do it. It's just a higher risk situation, and I don't want to take that higher risk situation right now. However, what you may want to consider is saying, hey, well, since the 15 minutes are good, maybe I can open up the 5 minutes and I can do some ultra scalping, right? So look to see what's below the median line right here, the 50 line. You can see, okay, well, you're probably not doing this one because this is when the 15 actually turned across. You're probably looking at, you're not looking at any goods. There's no real crossover that happened really soon. Here's one where they both crossed over. So this one is at 12:35, but the signal came in at 12:55, 12:50. Hold on, let me make sure this is more precise. 12:50, yeah, 12:50. Is that right here? Yeah. So I mean, you got a small one. It ran up to resistance, and that was the scalp. I mean, that's basically all you got. It's not worth it though, you know. What's better, you know, at this point in time, or you can't even do that because the 15 is below. Oh yeah, it's more of just a kind of a wait and see approach, unfortunately. But I mean, give it some time if you want to go long, but shorting is going to be your best friend. But everybody right now is taking their profits because we had that larger sell signal back over here. This is what we were talking about a few days ago. We had that 4 hour signal come in at 12 o'clock Wednesday, and that was right there. That was the last sell signal that we got. Or if you guys just prefer your basic super trend indicator with a 4 hour chart that follows the momentum, right? That follows the momentum. If I can find the super trend, thought it was my favorite. There you go. You had a sell signal that came in here. Mine was better than the super trend, but you can see that the weekly was bearish, the daily was bearish, the 4 hour was bearish, right? So you can kind of follow that momentum. And even if you were to put on like smart money concepts, you can see this was already bearish as far as change of character since way back over here. And there was another sell signal over here. Plus, we already had this sell signal from the 4 hour charts way back over here. So, like, there's been a lot of nice trades to do despite all of this. And that's why I think over the next few weeks, I'm really going to try to, like, teach you guys my strategies. Because I've been trying and I'm not good at teaching. So that's why I've went through the PowerPoint way and the script way, and then I'll show you guys step by step on TradingView. I already have the layout ready called Michael's lesson. But the strategies have been really good, really good. And you know, even during a bullish change of character right here, this will still show you some of the stuff going on. But by then you may not be doing all of these because you have to make sure that the daily is good and the weekly is good and all that type of good stuff. But right now, everything is freaking bat shit bearish. Bearish. So Not worth my time to even try to go long unless I see the 4-hour flip. And looking at that 4-hour hasn't flipped yet. I don't even need to be thinking about longs right now. If I'm thinking about longing right now for a day trade, I'm not disciplined. That's what it really boils down to right now. It needs to be very patient. You need to be very patient to kind of see where everything's going at this point in time. And hey, Mephisto, I'm not dollar cost averaging. I'm not buying right now at all. I'm just doing day trades. And the last trade I did, not day trading, is minor swing trades. I've been shorting because that's been kind of what the market's been telling me to do so far, and I've kind of enjoyed shorting, to be honest. It's just been more money. But a couple things that you would probably just notice is we've already broken through our first level of Fibonacci over here. We bounced off for a week. We broke down through a second one. The next one is going to be down here at 70,854. But if you wanted to buy for some type of reversal, what you could do is, let me actually just back out this one. Let's put this back out. Let's get rid of the super trend here. I'll just put 2 Fibonacci's on here so you can see the difference. So these are the same Fibonacci's, but one has log scale on, one has log scale off, just so you can see the difference. Bounce, bounce, possible bounce right here. So maybe if you wanted to buy, if you are looking to buy it, it could be a little bit more of a contrarian, right? Oh, it's still on magnetic mode. There you go. Maybe that's the zone you target for right now. Maybe that's the zone you want to target. All right. Now, if I was to start buying in heavy and being a little bit more comfortable, it would be way down here around 50. The low 50, the high 50s, the low 60s. That's what I'd be looking for to start doing dollar cost averages. So back during the last cycle, it was a little bit different because we had exchanges dropping like flies. It was just a chaotic time, as most of you guys remember. I don't want to have to go through all that again, so let me just do this. Bounce, bounce, bounce. A little bit of a bounce over here as well, you know. Bounce, no bounce. This was during an exchange crash. I believe this was Celsius crashing, I believe. We found the next level of support over here. And then, of course, FTX crashed over here, which led to some other stuff. But what I want you to understand here as we kind of hit these levels, if you want to buy, you definitely can straight off of support levels. You just have to have a stop loss and you're going to be fine. The first bounce is the one you buy. The first bounce, not the second. The first bounce, not the second. The first bounce, not the second. Right? Now, you can buy the second here if you wanted to. You can. But that's really a first bounce off of that one, if I'm being honest. But what do you call, point being, it's not as much fun for me normally. I normally have much more confidence off the first bounce, right? Second bounce, no. First bounce, now, it kept on going down a little bit, but it held. This is where stop losses are a little bit of an inconvenience, to be honest. You see a bounce. First bounce right here didn't work. You hit your stop loss, you're out. First bounce, you keep on making money. So overall, you're having some very profitable trades during this time, right? First bounce over here, still managed to hold one up a little bit. We kind of went flat for a while because FTX was like, everybody was like freaking the fuck out back then. And then, then off to the races we went for the new cycle. So when we're talking about it right now, we are hitting that first bounce. We are hitting that first bounce, right? That first bounce on the monthly chart, on the weekly chart, all of it. However, you go over here. Oh, let me just show you this actually very fast. From a monthly chart perspective, first bounce, that lasted for months. Coming back above, crashing back down. You go back over here again though. First bounce, first bounce, first bounce, first bounce. And you can kind of see the story within the you can kind of see the story on the monthly chart a little bit different. So you're not looking at day by day where we're kind of crossing down below it temporarily, bouncing back up. On the monthly chart, you're like, oh shit, this may be a bit of a bad point there, but that was still okay time to buy. So you can definitely buy off of that. I'm just trading in pure momentum. I'm not doing anything else but momentum trades. So I'm just like, yeah, that's my thing right now. That's what I find peace doing. But again, first one right there, it's the first one of the cycle. It's always the hardest one to figure out. It's always the riskiest because you got to have a lot of faith that the technical is going to hold up. So far, we found some support. You can see, I mean, like, you know, we're holding. You know, we've dipped down below it, sure, but we're holding temporarily. What is the concern for me is this all this tariff talk keeps on coming up and just blowing everything up. We're seeing silver down 27%, which I think is the worst day for silver in like, I think it was decades. They don't, let's spy. Where's the heck is silver? There you go. %. Was this the worst day right over here? Was this it? 2020? Oh, that was 14. Okay. Up September 11th. Not 2001, but let's see. Yeah, probably around here. Yeah, probably since September 2011. Yeah. So it's been a minute. It's been a freaking minute. But that being said, yes, you can definitely buy right here. I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's just I'd rather go off momentum for the time being, which means I'm just waiting for the 4-hour charts to turn a little bit more bullish. I want to see a little bit more of a consolidation before coming up. So for instance, if we go back in time, you know, when you're looking at some of those support levels, I just want to see, oh, we're down here. I want to just wait for it to pop up a little bit, like right here in that week, right there where it was kind of stabilizing after the drop. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll buy for that next big pop that comes up. But I'm gonna give this one some time. Yeah, but you hit that first Fibonacci level, not a bad thing. I've really transformed myself into a momentum trader because I got tired of just buying support all the time. Especially because we're in the middle of a death cross right there. We're at the second level right now, breaking down to the third level. Let me put this one back up here for you just so you can see what I'm about to say. There you go. You can buy right here if you want to. You can buy in this zone if you want to. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Altcoins, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to hold up for this one. We had a breakout, a technical breakout for Ethereum, but the monthly charts were already bearish, so you couldn't trust the technical breakout, which was horrible because it looks so beautiful, right? So, you know, we're heading down. No surprises there. Momentum's been kind of bearish for a while. We're hitting our first big support level of the year, and I mean like a big macro support level. We'll see if we're able to hold here or not. But for me, you have this zone right here to be buying in if you want to. You can also buy a little bit above it, of course, if you just want to buy the support and see if it bounces up, because so far we are holding up well, I would say. I don't want all this stuff on my screen. There you go. But during this, the day trades and the short-term swing trades are making you a lot of money. That's the point I wanted to make to you guys. Let's see what's over here. Whales are buying and stacking like crazy. Oh yeah, what do you call it? Long-term stuff? Yeah, it's perfect. Long-term is like I still hold on my long-term assets. But retail, oh, they're panicking like crazy right now. And hey, Mr. Tanker, happy to see my man, Northeast Philadelphia. Happy to see my man. Just logged on. What did I miss? Why is everything crashing? We basically just hit the point of the market turning. Hello. We just basically hit the point of the market turning bearish, where the monthly charts have been bearish for a while. We had that death cross that we had talked about a while ago, where typically those death crosses, if I can treat it this way, death cross there, it's bad. Death cross there, bad. Death cross there, bad. Death cross there, bad. Death cross there, bad. The historical signals that signal, hey, we're going into a bear market here. And the last few times we've tried to have pumps, pump over here, tariff threat from Trump, boom. Tariff threat from Trump, boom. It hasn't been good. The market wants to have confidence that when they buy, there's not going to be a shock to the system that makes people sell. Because when it comes to cryptocurrency, move. There you go. I don't want to run over your poor little paws. When they buy and they're buying with leverage, which is what a lot of people do, when they're leveraged up, they don't want to see a shock and themselves get liquidated. Because when they get liquidated, it's a bad time. It's just a very, very bad time. But for right now, we're hitting our first big level of support. I think you're going to see a lot of people buy into this. I don't think next week or I don't think February is going to be necessarily a red month. I don't think it'll be some shockingly good one, but I think there's going to be some great trades in it. And that's why I'm thinking of doing I got to figure out how I want to do it, but I want to be able to show you guys more signals and stuff. Maybe I'll just have to figure out a different way to show it to you guys. You know what? So my goal here over the next few days was to start making more content with my gimbal, right? So I'm gonna be out and about in the town like I normally am, but I'm gonna have my phone in there. I was gonna have my mics on my chest, or my mic on my chest, and just talk to you guys about what's going on. I got a new camera app called Camera. I got this thing. I paid like $10 for it on Apple. But Moment Pro Camera 2 coming soon. I already have it. This is old website or old thing. But basically, it transforms the way everything looks. So I'll just look a little bit better when I'm streaming with you guys. Not streaming, but making content, recording myself. What happened was, though, I had bought these microphones back in 2021 because I had lost my DJIs. And because I haven't used them, they're all fucking dead. So I can't use them. I paid like $300 for these suckers and I can't even use them. So I'm gonna buy some DJI minis, I think, here pretty soon off Amazon because they looked pretty cheap. And my friend recommended them. Yeah, they're let's see. These right here. So they're only $79. I'm gonna buy those up instead of paying another $300 because I have a nice pair of $300 ones somewhere in my house. I just have to find them, and I've used them recently. I just have to find them. They may be in my car. Yeah, I don't know where they are. Oh shit. However, maybe when I see these signals, that don't happen often because I plan on doing multiple videos a day. I'll be talking about random stuff, but I'll also just give you a signal like, hey. We have the monthly chart bearish. We have the weekly chart bearish. I just want you guys to know, I just got a 4-hour alert bearish sign that says we can start to short from here. Enjoy the ride. Like right here, enjoy the ride. Right here, enjoy the ride. I know it doesn't look, there you go. Right? Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Now, granted, we have to make sure the daily chart's there, but I'm just going off the 4-hour charts right now. Enjoy the ride. You can see there was some, there was no death cross right there, so no death cross right there. No death cross. What's that one? 12. Let me say that was one. Maybe a death cross right there. 8 o'clock. That one didn't work out. But again, I think that by this point you can see the daily chart momentum would have shifted. But one right here. And even just not even using the daily one, just kind of going off of this, it actually doesn't. It's okay. That one worked out okay. That one worked out okay. Cross. That one did not work out. Again, stop loss hit, whatever. But this one, that one worked out. So even if you're just okay with taking some losses every now and again, the gains outweigh the losses. The crossover right there within that one, that was at 8 o'clock in the morning. Right there. This one was at 8 o'clock in the morning again, because that one already crossed over. No, what is that? That's 8 a.m. Oh, 4 a.m. Excuse me, 4 a.m. Where's 4 a.m. here? Yeah, right there. Another signal right there. Yeah, so maybe I'll squeeze in some of those signals during that. That way you guys can watch. I'm not going to show you guys the technicals. I'm literally just going to say, hey, everybody, I'm looking at my phone right now. This is what I'm saying. You guys can check the post I put up here. 4 hour just went bearish with the stochastic and the RSI, following all of the other stuff. And what I can do, because I have CapCut, I can edit through there. I can put this. Maybe I can just add a couple photos on there while I'm talking with CapCut. I'll add this saying, hey, everything is bearish here, and we just got the 4 hour return from this to this or something like that. Whatever. I'll edit while I'm on the road, while I'm smoking cigars at the bars and stuff like that. I'll be a weirdo, but it's tax deductible if you're drinking at a bar. With this method, I guess. But yeah, so I think that's what I'll be doing here pretty soon. I do want those mics though. They're 53% off right now. The 10,000 were bought in the past month. 10,000 shows how good those suckers are. But I want to find the ones. Maybe what time is it? It's 1:50. There's still plenty of lettuce. After another stream, I'm going to go clean up my car trunk and just see what I can find. I got a bunch of cool stuff from BYDFi, the cryptocurrency exchange. They gave me some hats, some sweatshirts, some t-shirts, some thermos mugs and stuff like that. I'll show some of it to you guys. They're freaking amazing people to work with. And of course, if you guys are always looking for a new cryptocurrency exchange, you guys know I have a bunch listed down below, and I make my private deals with them to give you guys a little bit better fees and stuff. And hey, Larry, how lovely. My oil is up 20% this week on Iran. When Doge hits 0.5, I'll be buying 200K worth. What do you call? For me and oil, the only oil I've been buying, and maybe I should diversify a little bit more. I have a little bit of ConocoPhillips, but man, I'm so heavy in ExxonMobil. That's the only thing I'm really heavy in these days is ExxonMobil. Because I've always thought they're the most efficient. Like when I see the adults in the room, they work at Exxon. When I see them buying out my beloved Pioneer Natural Resources for all the natural gas, I'm like, man, I know Pioneer Natural Gas was ripping and roaring. Their stock price was freaking crazy back in the day, and now all that money is going to Exxon. Exxon's typically what I buy long term. But that's a bias that I have, I should say. That's a bias that I have because not military industrial complex. That's not what I want to go into. Devon Energy's picking back up a little bit. Chevron's picking up with the breakout there. A breakout with momentum, I might add. There's a breakout over here, but the momentum wasn't there. See? Again, some of it's just oil prices. But where's my beloved Exxon? See, look at that. See, ExxonMobil. I haven't even been looking at this stock in a minute either because I just have to hold it, right? ExxonMobil. Oh, the momentum shifted. Oh, beautiful. It's Exxon. What do they say? Maybe it's Maybelline. It's Exxon. AI stocks are taking a hit though right now. I'm looking at Big Bear AI. I bought this. I've had this for a while, but Soundtown taking a hit. Very taking a hit. Amba taking a hit. Simo. Oh, Simo's still up quite a bit. That's good to see. Tem. Well, I mean, I guess we're following what we need to do. And Odata, that one's fine. That one's on 13% today, actually. Or this is a monthly charts though. Down a little bit. QBTS still holding up okay, but looking a little more bearish. KN still holding up, and OSS my favorite right now. I'm up over 100% off of this sucker. I bought this towards the end of 2025, right over here. Yeah, boom! Look at that move. Bought the dip. But God, I will forever hate what COVID did to this because anytime you hit auto, it looks like that. It's atrocious. Yeah, there you go. There's the bounce they're talking about here. And that does fuck with inflation, unfortunately, which means it'll be a little bit harder to cut rates. But as all of you guys already know, we're not cutting rates anytime soon. We need Jerome Powell out of there for a minute. Yeah, that's unfortunate right there, though. Yeah, but for right now, guys, depending on what Fibonacci levels you guys are using, you have your first bounce level. And so if you wanted to buy off of this, now is the time. Like if you're buying at $78,000, your stop loss is basically $76,000. That's a $2,000 difference. It's not the biggest, right? That's a 3% stop loss. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. And then from there, you're going to try to ride the wave, see if the 4 hours can get a little bit more bullish. Once the 4 hours get a little bit more bullish, I think people will be more optimistic to try to swing it back up here to the low 80s. But I'm not going to try to hold this too long if I'm doing that type of trade. I'm in and out. And then if I see another opportunity within everything stabilizing, then I'll take it. But right now, I don't feel the need to do all that crap. But I will say, for those of you guys that have an itching to trade, you have your first support level to buy in at. What do you mean, your crude oil ETF? Yeah. What do you call it? Oil. Don't just, what do you call it? Everybody, if you ever think about energy, oil is always something that we're going to need for a while now. Just, it's something that I personally enjoy. It's just that, like, there's a lot of oil companies out there, like here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, I just like USA Oil. I'm so biased, but I fucking hate other countries when it comes to, like, buying their stocks. I'm gonna go with the large cap, and I think for now, this is a decent one. Then go to charts. All right, ConocoPhillips, Shineri, can't even pronounce that. Oil's been having a pretty good rip, but you can buy some of this stuff at the lower market caps, and some of them have been doing very good. Like right here, this is why the ETFs actually work out pretty well, because they get access to some of these right here, like DT midstream. One of my friends told me about this here, but I haven't really gotten into it yet. Maybe I should have gotten into it a while ago, but I did not. Let me see. A little bit of selling going on. That was August, so nothing really crazy recently. Owner, operator, and developer of natural gas, interstate, and intrastate pipeline storage and gathering systems. So they're infrastructure. And boy, oh boy, are they fucking hauling ass. Yeah, maybe I should have hopped in that one. Fuck. Now, some aren't doing so great, like EOG Resources. Monthly chart. It's been stagnant for a while. Enterprise products. So what's this? EOG, oil and gas midstream. Fang back up a little bit. Kinder. I wonder how the smaller caps are, the ones that are a little bit 300 million to 2 billion. They also have the dividend over 2%. That's what I like to see, because I hold these for a while. Ooh, Valco Energy, 500 million, low market cap, but damn, they are ripping and roaring too. Right, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities right now, that's for sure. A lot of opportunities. The new guy Trump is putting in is married to the granddaughter of the founder of Estee Lauder, who is the mega donor to Trump. Oh, yes, I've heard about him. Yeah, I heard about him. You're talking about the new Fed guy. Yeah, he married into the Estee Lauder family. Oh, my God. Talk about luck or maybe skill on his part. You never freaking know, right? Is Dogecoin doomed forever? No, it's not doomed forever. What do you call? It's actually held up a lot better than I thought it was going to hold up. We saw Dogecoin throughout this cycle go from the low of what, like, let's say a nickel, all the way back up here to around 50 cents. It wasn't able to go much higher than that, though, which was a little bit more concerning. I'm wondering if this is going to have to go through a longer cycle to have a breakout like that. But you saw, well, let me see, weekly chart. We were really overbought in this cycle for Dogecoin. We had these big booms every now and again, but we usually just came right back down. So for Dogecoin, I mean, I still hold a bunch of it because I've been holding it since God knows way back over here, 0024, right around here, right? If only I got it during the COVID drop when it was like 0.001. Oh God, I'd have been freaking. Oh God, that'd have been great. But you know, it's still holding up quite well. I'm more concerned with the things like Shiba, which are already back down to the lows, which means if Bitcoin goes into a prolonged bear market, these things will fall to new lows. Pepe is still holding up okay. Floki's holding, no, Floki's not, never mind. Milady's not. ADA's, see, ADA is not even holding up that well right now. AMP isn't holding up that well. Oh, let me see. No, okay. Ape token, Arbitrum, they're all done. AXS. It's also kind of, this is BNB. This one's actually holding up quite well too. Just because, you know, this is where we were back in 2022, 2023. Now it's coming down quite a bit, but that's fine. XRP is coming down a little bit. I sold most of my XRP way back in, what? Oh God, was it October? Yeah, way back over here. Yeah, there's so much stuff that's performing worse than Dogecoin. Dogecoin to me is just like, sure, it's not great right now, but it's not, it's not like that. You know what I mean? It's not like, uh-oh. Even ICP lost all the momentum. ID token. And we never got the momentum for ID token either. I was hoping for a larger catalyst to turn this stuff around. We just never had it, but it was too early, too young of a token, right? You saw how we had this crossover right here. I was hoping that crossover would extend, but then you have to put that in the perspective of what Bitcoin was doing during that same time. These technicals don't matter as much as Bitcoin technicals because as Bitcoin goes, so do the altcoins, right? You go over here, look at that. It's a bloodbath over the last few weeks, just a complete bloodbath. I'm looking at this right now and I see the last 24 hours, Bitcoin's down 7, Ethereum's down 10, BNB down 10, XRP's down 6, Solana's down 12, Tron down 3 because Tron's amazing. Dogecoin down 12, ADA down 11, 10, Bitcoin Cash down 11, 12, Hyperliquid only down 3, right? I mean, chaos. And hey, Villa, happy to see you, my man. And hey, New California, I'm doing well, my man. I haven't been streaming as much as I've wanted to because I've just been kind of beat doing a bunch of other stuff. I've been trying to build this system out so I can make content for you guys daily, and I'm getting there. So basically, I'm going to, how do I say it? I'm going to have one tutorial for you guys every day. It'll be very dry. Nobody watches them, but I think I kind of prefer just making those types of tutorials. And then every now and again, I'll have a big tutorial like the one I'm making for you guys right now with my personal trading strategy. And then afterwards, I'll just be making content like, oh my God, Trump's new Fed chair causes silver to crash or something. You know, sensational stuff. I need to boost up the views of my channel. I say I don't want more views, but I definitely want more views. I just don't want to have to hop into the murky side of crypto in order to do it. So I'd rather just talk about the news. The murky side of crypto is real. You know, you guys see other influencers just talking about random shit they shouldn't be talking about. I don't want to do all that type of crap. I'd rather talk about oil prices and silver crashing and then the boring side of news, which again is why I don't have many views. But we'll see. And hey, NM, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, my man. But yeah, it's just blood red over here across the screen. Now there are a few things like Canton, which has like been doing okay, right? That thing's been doing fine. Now the market cap is only at $7 billion, so you know it's not massive, but It's in the top 20, you know, not bad. BitGet token, I'm so happy I sold this back when it was around the $6 range. It went up to $7, I believe. But yeah, it's down to $3 now. But it'll come back to do well. Pi token, that one's coming down hard. I never sold my Pi token. I'm just going to wait to see if that thing ever turns into something. They made it way too complicated to withdraw my Pi, so I just didn't care. Granted, it was only a few $100s worth of Pi, so I wasn't going to like stress over it, but I was just like, you guys made it purposefully hard to withdraw Pi, and I fucking hate you for it. So I will always slam Pi. Now, the only reason I think people got into it in the first place is like free mining, right? Which is fine. But now I'm just like, no, they can suck it. They can suck it. I'm hoping that MYX Finance can do okay, though. That one's been performing okay year to date. I like these finance tokens. They always seem to have, like finance name, they always seem to hold up a little bit better. I'm hoping Aptos does well at 59 there. They have some partnerships that I see that I think are gonna give them some profits pretty soon, or they probably already have. Let me see right back over here. Oh, yeah, there's a new batch of Epstein files too, which was pretty interesting. U.S. government partially shuts down House vote, could reopen it by Monday, right? So we're also having a government that's shut down. Oh, crazy times to be alive, everybody. Crazy times. Just focus on having money in your pocket, and you'll be better off. All right, so it seems like we are bouncing off that first Fibonacci level. You're seeing a little bit more confidence in the market. The 1 hour chart just had the crossover that we talked about over here. It's about to turn bullish again. We'll probably get a little bit more wavy here as the day goes on, but you can expect probably a larger pop sometime before Wednesday, which will be interesting. The 4 hour chart, not there yet, but it's getting there. You have a little bit of bullishness from back over there. That doesn't really matter, though, because we don't have the crossover. Because, yeah, even these crossovers don't matter, unfortunately, because the daily charts are bearish, so you can't really swing there. So once this turns around, you have unlocked the ability to do a lot more 15-minute day trades, which means using the crossover trades and the 15-minute charts. And then once the daily charts get good, maybe the weekly charts will unlock just temporarily. But by the time the weekly charts come up, it may be all over. It just really depends here, which is why I'm going to try to hurry up and make this record myself talking about this stuff here. And what I may end up doing, honestly, because I need to be more energetic when I speak to you. No, I'm not going to stand up and talk with you guys. I'm not even going to do that. Fuck it. I'm not going to do that. I thought about it, but it's just too much work to like lift all this stuff up. Not the computer. The desk is electronic, but the teleprompter and the camera and all that type of crap. But yeah, so it's coming. It'll be here by probably tomorrow if I can edit it all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. There's no football. I think tonight I just have to be somewhere because there's that fight going on or something like that. Are meme coins still making money? Depends on how you're trading them, but hell yes, they are. For example, I'll just pull this up to you. So I won't go over my trading strategy if you're new here, but I'm making a tutorial video on it right now. So basically, the monthly charts have been bearish here for a minute. The weekly charts have been bearish for a minute. And to me, that means that the daily charts are bearish right now as well. That means when I'm trading right now and I'm doing small swing trades or day trading, I'm only shorting because I want to go with the momentum, all right? So when you look at Bitcoin here, according to my strategy, the last sell signal that we had for like a swing trade that was going down, excuse me, guys. Ooh, all right. The last sell signal we had, or short signal, if you will, was 12 o'clock Wednesday. Yeah, 12 o'clock Wednesday. Oof. All right. So what that gave you was a few opportunities. You could either short right there, right, and you could sell right here at your support level, which was fine. You can see there was a slight bounce off of that level earlier or a little bit later on. Or what you could have done is you could have used something like a Fibonacci level to find an exit point here. So you have this low right there, And you can see there was a little bit of a bounce right there, a little bit of bounce right there, a little bit of bounce right there. No bounce at the one, which was actually pretty interesting, but I guess we were just getting massive liquidations there or something. But you could sell at any of these points, or you could scale out at each point and kind of take your profit over time. Point being, let's say you're using the Fibonacci level, because that's typically what I do. So you open up your first short at 12 p.m. Wednesday, right? So let's say you do that with a random altcoin. I guess for now, maybe just Ethereum to make it easier. Oh, actually, let me show you this first. So you short right here. You hit that first level of support that you want to scale out at, or the first, there's a support level right there as well. But let's just say this one, because it's the order block. You make it, let's say 5% profit. So let me just, you can read that's 5%. Oh shit, yeah. Okay, here we go. I don't got handwriting at all, or whatever you want to call that. 5% return. All right, and that's with no leverage. That's with no leverage whatsoever, right? Normally I might be using 10 to 20x leverage on that, which would increase it quite a bit. But 12 p.m. Wednesday, remember. Okay, with that same signal for Ethereum. You trust the Bitcoin technicals more because Bitcoin controls where everything else goes. If Bitcoin's bearish, everything else is usually bearish, right? So back over here, Wednesday, 12 p.m. All right. Now you have your opportunity to go there, like before, or you have the opportunity to do something of a Fibonacci extension. All right, and you see we bounced off there a little bit, we bounced off there a little bit, we bounced off here a little bit, didn't bounce off here really at all, didn't bounce off here a little bit because of liquidations. But let's just say you did the first part with Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin, right there to right there, the second one, the big order block, you're selling at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Let's say here you're selling at 4 o'clock in the morning. So let me just get rid of this yellow line right here. So Bitcoin, you made 5%. On this one, you made 6.5%. All right, so you make a little bit more money. Now you could go down to more volatile stocks like a Floki or something. So like again, Wednesday 12 p.m. and then sorry, I got bad memory here. What did I say? 4 a.m. Thursday. Oh geez, what? All right, hold on. Yeah, there we go. 4 a.m. Wednesday. Yeah, this one actually is still around 6%, right? But you can trade with leverage there. Sometimes you might find something that gives you a little bit more bang for your buck, but again, you're happy with the results is the point I'm trying to make, right? Yeah, that was 6.5% too as well. Yeah, so whatever. You're making more than what you made off of Bitcoin, so you can actually trade altcoins because you know where Bitcoin's going. If you know where Bitcoin's going, you know where altcoins are usually going. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to trade altcoins. I've been putting more money into Bitcoin more recently, and Ethereum and Solana, and that's mostly because there's a lot of liquidity in those tokens, so it's very easy for me to put a large, like, multi-$1,000 position in there and then pull it out with oh no, somebody doesn't want to buy my shares, or all that type of crap, or in this case, nobody wants to sell me their shares. So yes, altcoins are making a lot of people a lot of money, but only traders. Long-term investors are getting killed, massacred. It's a terrifying time to be a long-term altcoin holder, which a lot of us are. But that's why, I mean, I don't even know if I still have the video on blah, 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 blah. Let me see if I can find it over here on the side. Go back to Bitcoin here. As Bitcoin's trying to find support. Oh, it might have been a members only video that I said it. see. Yeah, never mind. It was a members video. I can't show it. But I'm gonna try to figure out how to strategy. I'm gonna try to figure out how to show you guys the strategy. It may be an hour-long video, but if you guys can't wait an hour to learn, I mean, if you guys can't watch an hour-long video to learn how to make money trading, you know, I'm not gonna have much sympathy for you at all, at all. But yeah, meme coins, they're making money for people that can know how to trade, sure, you know, and also for people that, oh my god, but I will just say this. There are a lot of meme coins out there right now that are looking at like terrible, terrible markets and terrible, terrible stuff, right? If we're going into a prolonged bearish period, there will be a whole new wave of brand new meme coins that will come in and steal the show. There's only really a couple that have been able to hold up this cycle at all. The prominent one being Dogecoin, and Dogecoin did fine. It went from a nickel to 50 cents. That's a fucking amazing rally that we saw for this last few years. But there are other tokens out there that tried to become the next Dogecoin, that tried to be the next big thing, and they failed because everybody was waiting for free money to enter the market. But you know, we just not in a world where we need to have low interest rates just yet. Lower interest rates, yes, but not 0% interest rates. Yeah. So you know, it's worth it to keep an eye on what's moving up and down, right? So if you always go to crypto.com, right? You know, right now because everything's crashing, you see like the hundreds of millions in the top 100, right? But every now and again, just kind of peek to see if anything's like skyrocketing a little bit further, right? Like this stable one right here, this is up 50% in the last 30 days. It's only down 5% here, up still 60% year to date. Maybe it's worth checking this out and saying, hey, stable. Why is this thing holding up? How long has this thing been around? Oh, this token's only been around since December of 2025. Interesting. Maybe this means I should be able to buy some of it up if I want to. But first, you'd go to the website, you check the white paper, the stablecoin payment rail for the world. Well, I know there's some infrastructure that's needed for this. I know a lot of people have been trying to get into this. I know, you know, everybody's been looking at stablecoins. You know, that's been the prominent thing on Wall Street. So, and the website looks pretty solid. And how much is it? It's only 0.02 cents, and the market cap is only 400 million. I could toss $100 into that and see where it goes. It has momentum. There's not much stuff that has momentum right now. Now, granted, you know, I could make a couple $1,000s in trading in a day. So I feel comfortable just tossing $100 in there, but maybe you want to toss in $20, $50, whatever it may be, right? But you can kind of see what's making the moves. Like layer 0 still seems to be holding up okay despite everything that's been happening. But I'm looking for stuff that's like new, right? This has been around since 2024. I don't care about that. I want something new. Top 200 right here. Nothing is exciting on this one. Here we go. Sentient. Is that a glitch or not? 300 million. How new is this? This was made just a few days ago, January 22nd. All right. $300 million market cap. It's already on Binance and a few smaller exchanges, or a small amount of exchanges, excuse me. The home for open source AI reasoning. Pretty nice fucking website. Now again, you gotta look at other stuff. Are they hiring people? Oh shit, they are hiring people in Singapore, yeah. Not in America. Oh no, US was one. Developer relations and ecosystem and growth lead. Part-timer. Security research fellow. Point being, they're growing, they got some stuff, they may even have a good X account here. 585,000. Yeah. Oh yeah, they got connections with Google Cloud. Oh yeah, they got their shit together. They got their shit together. They're trusted. So again, there's one right there. You could put another $100 into that. And again, it's not like you're just seeing a bunch of stuff that's popping up with green across the screen, right? Kite right here, that could be something else. And again, you want it to be new. Kite, November 2025. It's pushing it, but I can see it. I can see it. You see it's pumping up right now. It's at a market cap of 252. It's only at 14 cents. It's on a few good exchanges, as I said before. Get rid of all this shit over there. There you go. The first AI payment blockchain, AI and payments. Oh, that's infrastructure gold right there. If they're doing it right. Right? Right. So things like that. Maybe they even have a solid X account. 650,000. Right? So they're doing their stuff. They're doing their stuff. They're doing their stuff quite well. And what I think I'll do is I will make videos about these guys, and I'll just say, hey, there's an opportunity here. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Check it out. You know, I'll make some content about this because I think these are always fun things that I like to do in my personal time. But I don't mind making a quick video about them because again, you're not seeing many of them right now. Oasis Rose. I think this one is an older token though. So yeah, it's 2021. I'm not covering that one. Maybe this Iris one right here. November, okay. $100 million market cap. Tiny. 3 trillion in data undiscovered until now. I don't like the gamification of their website, but we'll see what they do. So it's meant for gaming for infrastructure. Okay. I could see myself, it might be $50 for that one, not $100. Right? So, yeah. I'll just make dedicated videos on some of this stuff, and I think I'll be fine. And I think we should be okay there. Let me point this out here very fast. But Bitcoin's managing to hold. So what I think I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I'll see you guys probably a little bit later on tonight or tomorrow. But get ready. I'm just going to start posting content. You guys are just going to see it all of a sudden like, what the fuck is he at? Well, guess what? I'm going to be smoking at a lounge. I'll be smoking at a bar, and I'll be just talking with you guys because I want to tell you guys what I think in real time. Shit. But have a good rest of your day. We're holding up okay. This is the first big support level. So if you guys like to buy the first big support level, which is very normal, you guys are going to buy right now with a stop loss around $75,000, and you're just going to let it. You're just going to wait. You're just going to wait. This is a high risk time, of course, like they are all the time. But that's the strategy if you guys are trying to buy in right now. Okay. So chat looks like it's died down a little bit. I appreciate all of you guys hopping in here. When the chat dies, I usually head off into the sunset to go make myself some food or something, although I already had my chicken for the day. But I will see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Get ready for more streams, all that good stuff here. I'm going to try to really blitz a lot this week because I need to. Thanks.